Hi, this is Kevin Cook. Thank you for coming back to Heavy Construction Equipment Podcast. In this episode, we're going to talk about wide-ranging cranes are available for your construction works. And again, this episode has been sponsored by me. Are you looking for good, used, quality equipment? Then come to my website at www.startractor.com or call me at 817-733-3799. All right, here we go on the podcast. Construction cranes are valuable and essential properties for construction industry. Cranes have some vital jobs on the construction site, especially when tall buildings, bridges, skyscrapers, etc. are constructed. Nowadays, the different types of construction are done in odd places, like in the middle of the river or in a busy traffic area, where work can be smooth sailing with the help of the construction cranes. The utility of construction cranes. Before cranes, the construction industry worked differently as every required human labor. Lifting, loading, unloading, shifting were all done by laborers. It was required a lot of time and labor. The process was expensive too. The construction industry is in many places needed to restrict their imagination to design due to the lack of labor or experience. These problems are readily solved ever since the construction cranes were invented. It saves much time, labor, and money of the contractors or owner of the buildings. Modern day construction cranes poses a huge capacity and a great many utilities. Again, it helps out the industry so much in these times, the construction crane. I mean, you wouldn't do a lot of these big projects without them. I mean, really. I mean, look at these skyscrapers. Look at the schools going up. You had to have cranes. Next, types of construction cranes. Various types of cranes are used depending on the requirements of work and site location. Here are mostly used construction cranes. Number one, tower cranes. Cranes are required in the building skyscraper, bridges, and tall buildings. Tower cranes are normally fixed on the construction site with a strong base as long as the construction work proceeds. The rise hundreds of feet above and also reach out 100 feet horizontal. Tower cranes possess 18 to 20 tons of lifting capacity. That's huge. Truck-mounted cranes. As name suggested, these cranes are mounted to a vehicle and these movable from one location to another. These cranes have two parts. They carry what the crane is fixed, which is also called lower, and the lifting capacity called upper. The truck mount crane possesses about 13 to 14.5 tons capacity. Rough terrain cranes. It is a specialized form of a truck-mounted crane where the tiers of the carrier are specially built for moving on uneven surfaces. Outriggers are used in the crane so that the system remains firm with the loading and unloading. These cranes are generally possessed of 35 to 80 tons lifting capacity. Crawler cranes. A crawler crane is also like a rough terrain crane, but it possesses the crawler or tracks for movement. The crawler provides significant stability to these cranes. Hence, they don't come with outriggers because they're already on tracks. Crawler cranes possess high capacity, which starts from 40 tons. Railroad cranes. As the name suggests, these cranes are mobile, but only on the railroad track. They possess a flange which is suitable for movement on a track, and lifting capacity of these cranes generally vary from 15 to 250 tons. And aerial cranes. These are modern addition to the product line. Aerial cranes are actually helicopters that carry loads to a great height or in odds an odd space like a mountain site or a middle of the river. Those are aerial cranes. Besides telescopic floating cranes and level lifting cranes, etc., they are also used in different construction sites. Again, contractors may require more than one type of crane to work significantly. Cranes make any construction site rather easy and expensive than manual or semi-manual work. However, proper training for operation and safety is required for working with cranes. Cranes is a must nowadays with all these big buildings that we're putting up all around the world. And bridges, like I said. Again, if you got any questions, give me a jingle. 817-733-3799. Thank you, and God bless.